Pokemon XY is probably one of the fewest Pokemon games in recent memory that I've been actually excited to play. And to be honest, and I know this is kind of ironic coming from someone called a true cynic, but I've been overly cynical about the other Pokemon games after the second generation, where it's like 3, 4, and 5, and you're just like 700 Pokemon. Holy shit, this game, this franchise has just went over the top. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it is going over the top with how many Pokemon, but and I don't think they should be adding so many. I just think they should be adding like 30 at a time and just rehashing of older Pokemon, because when I'm playing Black and White, I really like Black and White, but I still think, man, I wish I could use Snorlax. And yes, Snorlax, easily my favorite Pokemon. Fuck Munchlax, but yeah. Maybe I can review Pokemon Black and White. I'm on the final, league right now, so when I finish that, I guess I can get to a review. Now, Pokemon X and Y, I'm excited for a few reasons, which is one, they finally, when they went to the Nintendo DS, you'd think that they would start, upping the graphics to make it look like Pokemon's Coliseum for a handheld device. Make the battles look cinematic and fun like that instead of just like have them nudge each other to death or having some trippy animation, which got pretty old after I think Black and White 2 had it, but I haven't played it. I've seen some gameplay, and from what I recall, it didn't improve much. So when I see the gameplay here and it actually looks more animated, I'll feel like I'm a character in the anime, and maybe I don't know. Why am I saying it'll feel more like feel like more like the animated series, as it feels it'd be a good thing. That's another thing I want to bring up with Black and White, trying to make it feel like the anime, but I'll get to Black and White another time. Wow, I am just dancing around the topics of this game. I should just keep on track here. Okay, I'll say two things that I really like. I'll talk about the two legendaries. One I like and one I'm not crazy about. I think I'm gonna get Pokemon X, because the tradition is, if you get the game with the legendary on the front, you're most likely going to get it. And I'd rather have that deer than that flying vulture looking thing. Because like half of the legendary Pokemon are flying type, either dragon or flying types. You got the three legendary birds, Ho-Oh, Lugia, fucking Rayquaza, isn't it? I have no idea about Diamond and Pearl, so if someone wants to point out, there's like no flying legendaries in this, I'll be very happy to hear that. And I'm glad that they're not going to rehash another legendary dog or bird or dragon. They're going to do a legendary deer, and I would like to see if they could do like a legendary warthog or a legendary a legendary snake, maybe a legendary anteater. It could work. I'm trying too hard to be funny, I know. Anyway, should we talk about the three new starter Pokemon? Here on the very left, we have Chespin. He's going to be the grass type thing, and I hate how it looks. To be honest, I can't recall the exact name of this Pokemon, but it's from the third generation. It's one of the first ones you come across. Actually, it might be second generation. I have no idea. And I don't know. It looked kind of like a mongoose looking thing. It was a brown mongoose. This looks like that with feet and hands, and has like a green hoodie on it. In fact, the only one I kind of like is this next one, Fennekin, which is in the middle. Why? Because it's fucking cute as hell. But I don't know. It kind of screams Vulpix to me. But that's a nitpick, I guess. I don't know. I like the simplicity of it. I like how it doesn't look as stupid as the chessman looking one. Why is it always the grass type no one gives a shit about? No one gave a shit about Bulbasaur. No, it was either Squirtle or Charmander, or no one picked Chikorita. No one. I didn't pick any of them, or the oh fuck. What's the third generation one? Whatever. And now we have in the very right Froakie. It's a frog. It has a cloud on its neck. You critique this for me. I have no opinion or anything like that about this one. Now, in the game, you'll see that there's a lot of platforming. It looks like there's actually a huge thing with exploration, which does look pretty damn good to me. But two things: when Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, I think the best feature about that game, those two games, was having your front Pokemon follow you around. You can interact with it. You can see how it's doing, if it's scared or if it's happy. And if it doesn't like you, you can see a progression of it slowly starting to like you, and you're like, oh, I'm bonding with my Pokemon. This is awesome. And then Black and White came out and just oh fuck, throw that shit away. Like, oh, Black and White 2 have it though, right? Nope. In this game, I looked around and I really couldn't find an image of a Pokemon following you. So I have no idea why Game Freak would throw that game. Yeah, other than it might take a lot of work to since this is a fire Pokemon, it would feel sad in rain. That might take up a lot of time. Okay, fine, but take out other things that people are getting tired of. Black and White had a huge overabundance of like every 2 steps you bump into a Pokemon, more than any other Pokemon game, in my opinion. It literally was every 2 steps. And the repels in all the games never felt like they did much other than delay it for about 1 minute tops. Especially if you have your bike out and you just want to breeze through it, and then I don't know. I never understood why there isn't an option to turn it off. Or like an automatic run button. Because I should be able to choose whether or not I want to grind or not. You know what I mean? Anyway. One thing I want this game to have, and there's a lot of people who are saying that it might have it because one of the opening shots of the trailer is the main character looking him or herself in the mirror, and people think, oh, maybe you'll be able to customize how your character looks, and I think that's a great decision. Because other than giving the character your name, and Black and White occasionally have your character give your opinion on something, like a character saying, hey, has this journey changed you? And you can say yes or no. It's kind of simplistic, just having yes or no, or I need to think about this question, or like an actual RPG. It's just that I feel like there should at least be some customization to how your character looks, like a 10-year-old version of yourself. I'm 19, and of course I don't want to play as a 19-year-old game, and I mean a 19-year-old character running around beating up a bunch of kids with my Pokemon, taking their money. I'm okay with, making him a kid, but I would also like him to make him look like me as a kid, so I can feel like I'm in this character's shoes. I would like if there's more decisions I can make. So yeah, more customization on character, and give yourself more of a character arc other than just being a blank slate. Kind of like first-person shooters, how you're supposed to be in the main character's shoes, and that's their justification for not at all giving your character a backstory. I want this to do that right. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I have a 3DS waiting for it, and I almost never use it. I've only used it for Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Well, yeah, maybe I'll talk about that game another time, because that game is like the definition of a fucking mixed bag, but I don't know. Uh, it feels like I've been rambling for quite a while. Hopefully, when I actually release this thought video, I hope it doesn't sound too much like rambling. Well, thank you, and that is my thoughts. Goodbye.